My name is Shelley Barandes, and I run Albertine Press, a letterpress print shop. And I'm going to take you on a whirlwind tour through letterpress and sort of the making of a modern letterpress studio. So I hope you've all heard of Gutenberg. Well, in the mid-15th century, he revolutionized the Western world with the invention of the printing press and movable type. And what he invented was letterpress, a relief printing by which you ink the surface of raised type and images and then literally press them against paper, hence letterpress. Fast forward about 500 years, the process hasn't changed very much, but the technology surrounding printing has, offset printing and digital printing have really made letterpress printing as a commercial process obsolete. So where has it found a home? In artisanal printing, accentuating that deep impression that is so iconic and really unique to letterpress. And all right, so how did I come to letterpress? I spent some time in Paris and New York, about 5 years working in architecture. Those are some of our greeting cards. But I was really tired of working on projects endlessly that didn't get built, or just it took too long and I needed to do something different and something hands-on. And so I took a class on letterpress at the Center for Book Arts in New York, and that was the beginning of the end of architecture for me. After that, I got my own press, and soon after that, my own studio, because you weren't going to house a literal ton of steel and cast iron in my living room. After that, Albertine Press was born. I started taking on commissions for hire and designed my first greeting card line. Now, Albertine Press is really two businesses in one. On one hand, we have a large collection of greeting cards, note sets, coasters, and journals that we sell in over 300 stores across the country. Where do we find these stores? We do trade shows. And for the most part, the stores, the kinds of stores that carry letterpress, which is still a high-end sort of niche product, tend to be small boutique stores. But that isn't to say we haven't met and actually sold things to national chains like Anthropology, which involves a lot more people doing a lot of folding, as actually Melissa can tell you. And so we also sell directly to people like you online through Etsy, which carries a small selection of our ever-growing catalog. As well as some of our limited edition prints. We also reach people through craft fairs. We do about a dozen craft fairs a year, probably more, which is really valuable to me because I have a chance to see people interacting with our product, see what they like, what they don't, and get their feedback. It's also where we meet most of our clients for the other half of the business, which is custom printing. Now, there's a really wide range of custom printing for letterpress, but our niche has really been wedding invitations. And in particular, I do a lot of illustration for them, which this sort of sketchy style is an aesthetic that crosses and carries over between both the greeting card line as well as our invitations. Now, I left architecture, first and foremost because I didn't want to be stuck doing a project I didn't like forever and ever and ever and ever. And so I really take advantage of that opportunity in my current business to do projects for fun and for no reason at all. And in particular, our calendar every year, we incorporate different techniques beyond letterpress. We do paper marbling, we do bookbinding, because it's important for me to always be advancing, learning new things, incorporating new things. All right, well, it's not enough to make good stuff. You have to tell people about it and sell it. And I think Georgie was kind enough to tell us all about social marketing, social media, so I don't want to spend too much time, but in all of our free time, we tweet, and in all of the other free time, I teach workshops, letterpress to beginners, and I'm always inspired by what people who have never touched a piece of metal type are able to do in a matter of 6 hours. Not that I have much time to do that anymore because I have a daughter, and thank you. And she keeps me busy, but what juggling, both raising a daughter and growing a business, has allowed me to do is really focus on the things that are essential to doing that. And I certainly couldn't do it by myself. It started in me in a room with a press, But now I'm lucky enough to have a team full of interns and printers that help me make it all possible. And so that is my advice to you, is don't go it alone. Thank you. I'm Shelley.